Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. How do you like my hat? Pretty cool, right? A little bit too big for me, but really worth it from Amazon. Definitely better than last week's hat. Anyway, you know, it's a very warm hat and the heating is on, so I'll be a bit too warm, so I took it off. But I'm in the Christmas spirit, I promise. It is the episode which is the last Monday, which is for the last Monday before Christmas. So I thought I'd do a special episode. The Christmas movie that I never finished, which newly released last month in 4K, The Polar Express. I look forward to finally finishing this movie. So, mini story time. Before holidays, Christmas holidays, Easter holidays, summer holidays, before holidays, we'd normally watch a movie the last day, the last Friday before we left for the holidays. Or sometimes it would start on like that week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Other times just a Friday, but either way we'd watch at least a few movies at school. And in primary school it was pretty cool, because in primary school you'd be the same classmates in the same classroom and the same teacher the whole day. So you start a movie, you will finish it in primary school because you're in the same room all day apart from lunch break, so that's fine. But in secondary school you got all these different subjects. Every subject's a different teacher, different classroom. You got to go all the way across the hall, across the building, to another building for another lesson. So, and most lessons were 1 hour. The only ones that were longer, which were 2 hours, were the practical ones, like PE or design technology or cooking. You get the point, right? So we'd watch movies mostly in the 1 hour lessons. So because of this, there was a lot of movies where we'd watch the first 1 hour and then not finish it, and that was very annoying. Two movies stood out for me. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. My first taste of Pirates of the Caribbean was at school, the first hour of it at school. And also, before Christmas holidays, The Polar Express. Teachers would always have this movie available to watch. We'd watch the first hour, the bell would ring, we'd never finish it. And I never finished this movie. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, I did finish that. Like, I watched it at home when I was a teenager, and I was fulfilled. Like, it was everything I wanted it to be. Like, I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Unfortunately, the rest of the franchise is not that good. But the first movie, Curse of the Black Pearl, I fell in love with the first hour when I watched it in school. Watched the rest of it, and I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Give me more of this. Sometimes you just gotta be careful. Just be careful what you wish for, because I didn't want more sequels, because the sequels didn't do well. The sequels were not good. So it should have just been the first one, to be honest. But at the time, I wanted more of that. Unfortunately, more was not good. But that's a different conversation. That's Pirates of the Caribbean. I still love the first movie. I've rewatched it so many times. But yeah, I really got into that from school. This is another thing. In terms of like Christmas, The Polar Express, watched the first hour in so many lessons before Christmas, never got to finish it. So yeah, it's only now 40 minutes long, so I did watch most of the movie. Another thing is, secondary school was a while ago. I left secondary school at 17 years old. I'm now 27. I was in secondary school from the age of 10 to 17, something like that. 10 to 17, I think, around that time period. And yeah, so it's been a while. Like, I'm 27 now, so it's been a long while. So the younger version of me, this would have been an amazing video. I did not do YouTube back then, but would have been an amazing video to like properly finish this, because the younger version of me was so excited to see the rest of it, and I never actually got to see it. But the older version of me is thinking back and thinking, I don't remember that much. I remember the train. I remember a lot of the scenes on the train. I mean, that's a stupid way of saying it. It's on a train. The movie's on a train. I mean, like... Okay, now I've lost my thinking. I remember a few scenes of when they first got on that train. And I remember... I mean, there's a meme. There's a popular internet meme that comes from that movie. I remember that scene. I remember a couple, like, musical scenes. That's about it. So even though I've seen most of it, I don't remember most of it. I remember a few scenes here and there, so I'm not only going to be refreshing my memory from the first hour, I'm also going to see how it ends and what happens afterwards, because obviously I never finished it. So yeah, I have spent way too long on this intro, so let me watch it and let you know what I think. For anyone interested, this is the menu for the 4K. One thing that's definitely like memorable is the animation style. It's got a very unique animation style that no other company uses. I don't know like how to explain it, but you know, there's certain movies where the animation is unique to itself. It's like a signature in a way. This one's animation stands out. Also, the 4K is nice. Like, you can really see some really good detail in it. I like it. Although, the detail's better on everything else than the people, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, I said about the animation style being unique, and it is. It's just that the humans look a little interesting, and I think the 4K makes it look makes them look interesting even more. Let's just say everything else looks better and looks amazing in 4K, but the people look a little weirder. Let's just leave it at that. I mean, I know Tom Hanks is in this, but as soon as you hear his character speak, you just know it's him. Like, it sounds like him. It is him. Although, I knew he was in it. Tom Hanks is... he's a legend. Like, if you think about all the roles he's had in acting, like, I haven't even seen everything, but I've seen a lot of the things he's been in. He's got so much range, both in live action, him acting himself, and also animation. He's got Woody from Toy Story as well. He's had such a great career. He's had one of the best acting careers ever. Like, genuinely, like, in terms of like range and what he's done, he's made so many classics. What a legend, a true legend of cinema. A bit more of this is coming back to my mind, and I remember the music as well. That music, I was just like, this sounds familiar. Ah yes, the kid with the glasses. I remember him, mainly from internet memes. Ha ha, yeah, we got it. I remember that. It's also very catchy. There's also like quite a few things I don't remember as well, so that's good. Like, some things I'm starting to remember more, but there's still a lot of things that I don't remember. So it's a nice balance. And there's also plenty of the movie I haven't seen yet either, so... Oh my god, I don't know how I don't remember this. It's still in the first hour. So that scene where they're going too fast and they can't stop the train, and they gotta go down a steep little bit and up and down again, up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. That scene is crazy. And the way the camera's done, it's like first person mode. That would be amazing in 4D. Please, someone. I mean, they're re-releasing business movies in cinemas at the moment in December, which is great. But I don't think they've released anything in 4D. Polar Express in 4D might be really good. Someone has to do that. So it turns out I watched about the first 50 minutes, not first hour. They do reach the North Pole before the hour mark, so that's my, yeah, it must have been less. I mean, I guess the lesson's an hour, you take a few minutes to start, and then, you know, they end it before the next lesson. I swear I could have, I mean, I thought I watched more of it, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm on the bit where the kids get lost, so the two main characters, there's the main character, the boy, and then the girl that he makes friends with. Then there's this lonely kid, right? Obviously there's the nerdy kid with the glasses as well, but there's a lonely kid. And the lonely kid wants to stay on his own carriage, and he doesn't want to come out and see Santa at the North Pole. So the two main characters, they try to convince him to come out and see Santa. And the carriage they're in is disconnected, and they fly off somewhere else. So they've got to find their way back to where they're supposed to be with Santa. with the lonely kid. So yeah, I'm on that bit right now. But yeah, the lonely kid, like he said, like, Christmas doesn't really work out for me. I'm intrigued to know why that is, what that's about, and I assume he will be a happier person after the movie ends. Kind of feel for the lonely kid. I'm gonna call him Lonely Kid now, because they end up in the factory, and he saw his present, the present that was meant for him from Santa. He saw it, and he didn't even open it, but he shook it, and he was just like, this is what I want. It's what I've always wanted my whole life. And whatever it is, we haven't seen the reveal yet, but he's clutched onto this package the whole time until the elf said, let it go, it's in good hands, trust me. But he clung on to it for a big chunk of the movie. Not a big chunk, but a significant chunk. But yeah, we haven't even seen Santa yet. We've seen plenty of elves. I'm sure he will arrive. So I just looked on IMDb, because I always do that when I watch movies at home. Tom Hanks plays about 6 different characters, including Santa and that ghost guy on the train. Tom Hanks plays 6 different characters. What? I went on IMDb to check who's playing Santa. Tom Hanks. He's playing 6 different characters. I mean, I know he's got range, but this takes range to another level. How would you play 6 different characters in the same movie and make them all sound different? Like what? I mean, that's Tom Hanks. That's Tom Hanks, my friends. So the lonely kid is very poor. So that makes sense why he's not big on Christmas. He's probably, like, presents-wise, you know, Christmas hasn't really been a good time for him anyway. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And also, like, the main character didn't really believe enough in, like, you know, in Santa and Christmas and everything. So, like, it was a big experience for him going to the North Pole and meeting Santa. But yeah, there's been some good story arcs, mainly from the 3 characters, and even like the kid with the glasses. He learnt a bit about humility and patience as well. So yeah, 4 characters changed from when you first see him in the movie quite drastically in some ways. We also don't find out what the poor kid's present was, so you just see it wrapped up. We have no idea what it is. I guess they leave that as a mystery, I guess. I just thought because that's the one present they focused on, they might reveal it, but no. I mean, I guess, like, if they revealed it, like, if it was just a random toy, I don't think it really adds to the story that much. So I feel like it's good that they kept it under wraps, pun intended. I like the story arc of the bell, the special bell that the kid loses, but Santa sends it back to him as a present on Christmas. He believes in Christmas, so he hears the bell ring. But when his parents, because this is after he wakes up and he's opening the presents in the morning, his parents, you know, they're shaking next to their ears, they can't hear anything. So I like that, because, like, parents, you know, they grow old, they don't believe anymore, but kids, they believe in Santa. I like that. That works really well. But him and his little sister, they both hear that ringing, so that's good. But yeah, I guess that basically confirms that it wasn't all a dream, even though, you know, I went to bed and that all happened. I thought it was a dream the whole time, but, you know, the bell kind of shows that it wasn't a dream. But yeah, that's a very nice piece of storytelling, and it was very nice, and it was fulfilling. The story was fulfilling, and I think it worked really well. I was afraid I wouldn't enjoy it as much as I did when I was a kid, and I guess that is the case, but I still liked it quite a lot, and I really enjoyed how they took the story, and it's really fulfilling, you know, because there are some scenes that are really sad, but those scenes, they build from those scenes and they give all of those characters happy endings in a way. And yeah, it's a very nice Christmas movie, so I'm glad I watched it and I'm glad I bought it. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. The next episode is Unboxing Day. We'll be watching one I've already seen before. That's also released in 4K recently, so yeah, you can guess what it is. It's one of my favourites of all time. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see you. Oh, I forgot the rating. I always forget the rating. 9 out of 10. They put this right at the end. That's a nice tribute.